Hey, it's Gabriel Roman. You're watching the Bare Knuckle Show, and it's fight week.
For jab, there's the left-handed counter from V6. Right hand from Marcel Wong, another right hand. Big right hand from Jean Marcel Wong. On the left hand again. Now the right hand counter, left hand from Roman. Both fighters throwing left hand from Gabriel Roman. Left hand to the head from Roman. And down goes Courtney Cameron. That could be huge, Sean. Absolutely, Chris. That could be huge.
We got a couple of jokesters here in the studio. We're all the way live from Satellite 5. Man, that bed's blowing my ear out. I can't even hear myself. Can you hear me? I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, jeez. It's Brian Soscia. I'm in extreme pain today. I'm going to tell you why in a moment. You're going to hear me going throughout the show, probably moaning. A lot of pain. But more importantly, we're happy that you're here with us. Thank you for being here. A lot of great stuff coming up today. See, I can't even speak. Including Gabriel Roman versus Jean Marcel Wong. That's this weekend, this Saturday. We're going to talk to Gabrielle ahead of her big fight. Also, he's back. Short notice. I feel like yet again, Jeremiah Riggs is going to be coming on to talk about the comeback trial, and he's fighting Sonny Smith. Obviously, Sonny has other plans for him this Saturday night in Edmonton, but we're excited to visit with Jeremiah Riggs again, always full of positive energy. But now, as always, I want to check in with the successful one, the disrespectful one. His success is becoming intoxicating over there, I feel like. I think this might be one of his records. He's still very disrespectful. Look at Evan tidying up the room back there, shutting the door.
Does that look great?
Yeah, that looks a little better. Now we get to look at the vent. It's great. But so you're now successful for, let's see how many days. I think it was 28.
Yep.
20. Is that your record, or are you tied for your record?
Oh, I think this is a tie, so let's see what happens.
Let's see if you can get past it today. I think in celebration, let's give disrespectful Brandon some success today. So I think what we need to do right now, get your phones ready or go back if you need to. And I want you to screen record this. Get ready. Here we go. Get ready. Get your phone. Screen record this and you put it on your stories and your reels to celebrate his success. He's almost there. Here we go. Bare Knuckle Show. We have soon to be hopefully successful Brandon here. How many days are you at, Brandon?
28.
28, and you screw up a lot, so that's almost a record. You've tied your record, so I think we should give Brandon a hand. Boo. Oh, that was good.
What are you?
I don't know. I just think it's fun to check in with you. I was going to screw up. There we go.
Yeah.
He's successful. There we go.
Appreciate it.
Success back
I
there.
can't wait to see that all over the Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, some kind of good screenshot just supporting successful Brandon because he's almost there. Just put it up for us. Let's talk about Evan. Evan was snowboarding. You were at Denver?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good. Cold.
Yeah. Yeah, are they talking about us in the streets in Denver?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere I go.
I'm sure.
I just hear it. As I walk by groups of people, I just hear whispers.
It's just whispers. Sometimes it shouts. No, I more so Evan Zentor, the Lord. Is that the Lord? I'm glad you had a fun time there and glad you came back uninjured and you didn't Sonny Bono yourself. That's a positive thing. Do you know who Sonny Bono is?
No.
Jeez,
I think I would. It sounds like a
He's the
Godfather.
dude that was married to Cher. And he loves skiing, and
so
he
the
wrapped
one that hit
himself.
his head?
He wrapped himself around a tree. He's not with us anymore, so I'm glad
I
you're
hit a
with us.
tree. I didn't.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because I go in the woods.
You hit a tree?
Yeah. It happened.
You're out of your mind, man. All right, the other thing I want to get to is, a couple things. My back. This is what I was talking about. I'm in a lot of pain. Like, my whole right side of my back. Apparently, I've displaced a rib or two, and I have some back issues. So I'm going to the chiropractor to get this done. But I'm sitting very rigid because, like, if I turn, watch, I'm going to show you. This is terrible. But if I turn, it just hits me. It's somebody stabbing me with a knife, it feels like. And it just hurts. I have to, oh, God, see. Oh, stop. Stop. These guys, they've been hearing me moan. They must have known. It does hurt. Yeah, it's like ribs are out of place. They had to pop them back in. I don't know how the hell I moved again. I don't, oh, God. Stop, dude. I don't even know how the hell I did it, but that's why you're going to hear me just randomly moan throughout the show. It's not that I'm excited who's on with me or anything. Just my back is a wreck right now. I'll try not to move. The other thing is, I can't believe this. I think we put a poll question up about it. But I was asking people this graphic. We're going to Canada. We're going to Edmonton this Saturday. And I couldn't believe the amount of people here at work didn't know why I was wearing all the jeans stuff. So in the chat, let me know if you know what that's actually called when you're wearing all jeans, denim, all denim. Evan knew. I think Dave Sr., I saw him walking around. He knew. Brandon had no clue. I don't think my wife knew either. But I think everyone should know what it's called. Put it in comments what it's called. I'm curious if you know. There's a reason I'm dressed like that. Look at that beautiful head of hair. Good job, Vulcan Design Team, on the graphic. The other stuff I want to get into is pretty important. The mailbag, because we like to see what you can send in.
Oh, shit.
You're burping back there.
Yeah.
I'll reset it for you. Hold on.
I was fixing your audio.
Thank you for that. I appreciate
Say it
that.
again.
That's okay. Here we go. The other thing we love when you send stuff in, so it's time for the mail call. I did it. I stopped on it. Dude, I think we got that right once or twice. Usually my fault. There it is. Send your stuff into the barenukcleshow@gmail.com. Anything you can send in, and then we'll get it to the producers, and we see where we can fit it in the show. We might not fit everything in, but pictures of if you meet... I know how he loves to get disrespected at shows, disrespectful Brandon. If you meet the Lord Evan Zentor or myself, we'll put the picture on the wall. We love hearing from you, or anything, any cool content. Matter of fact, we'll start with some cool content. There was no name on this, but it was sent to our Twitter. Mike Perry must have put this on Twitter. Everyone wants to know who Mike Perry's going to be fighting. Apparently, there's a lot of people that are afraid to fight Mike Perry. I guess they're having some issues trying to find someone to fight him. So he wants to beat some people up. He wants to smash their face into a B-double-KO, which, by the way, I'd like to hear Sean Wheelock use that sometime. I think that could really work. A bare-knuckle knockout. B-double-KO! I can hear him saying it. I think it's cool that Perry put that in there. But who do you want to see him fight? Who do you want to see him fight? Oh, is Dave here? That's perfect. I actually didn't mean to do that. I heard you, though. Dave don't walk across. Now, you're ruining my beautiful camera shot. You just walked across me. Yes, you did make it better. Sit down, put your headphones on. The president is here. First of all, that's not even proper. What do we do when the president shows up, guys? So glad you're here with us today, Prez. Everybody up. Zentor, Dave, the Lord's not rising. Your mic's not on. He cut your mic off, too. He's not letting you talk. Well, we rise for the great president, David Feldman. Didn't even know he was going to be here. I didn't even put the publicity out for it today. I didn't know, so it's good. I saw you earlier real quick, but you like to just walk in. That's fun. We could talk about a lot of great stuff before.
Is my mic on?
Yeah, your mic's on now.
All right. I can't hear you in here.
That sounds like me in my real life. Are you plugged in? I bet you're not plugged in. Yeah. Is he plugged in?
I think I am.
All right. They'll come check on you. They're crazy. You don't see him off camera, but they'll be servicing him in every way.
On his way.
Every way they need, they'll service him
So
as
then
far
I
as
should
getting...
just take them off so I can hear
For
you.
now, until you have to know if they're going on. This is a wreck already.
I mean, Brandon, every
show him?
time
Can we
I'm
show him?
on this show,
Bro.
every time I'm on this show,
And what you don't know, Dave,
there's
is...
there's a technical
It's not my
difficulty.
feet. Well, get these wires in order. Who built this studio?
You did. You did unhook them.
I guess we lost 28 days without a fuck up.
Nah, I mean, that wasn't... Because he says it was my foot. We'll let him go with that one. It's fine.
Can you hear yourself?
I can.
Okay.
How do you sound?
I sound good.
Melodic. So much to get to, as always with you, because when we get your time, we like to kind of make use of it. We have Gabrielle Roman coming up in a couple minutes, and we'll get back to the mailbag. But we were just kind of talking about Mike Perry, and I want to talk about that with you in a moment. We'll get to that and whose opponent may be. We're trying to get people in the chat. Drop the opponents in the chat for Mike Perry who you'd want to see. And we can definitely take a look at that. But a lot of stuff with you. First of all, we're going to Canada Saturday. This is a big deal for us. Our first time in Canada. I thought being the president, maybe you could explain to people why it's such a big deal.
I mean, it's a huge deal. It's it's our third largest fan base is based based in Canada. So it's very important for us to be able to bring these live events to our fans that do like what we're doing. I mean, Canada, when I started this thing, I actually was going to start it in Canada because I said, look, with ice hockey and they throw the gloves off and they fight bare knuckle, I'm like, they have to be natural born fans here, right? So we're bringing it up there. We're going to start in Edmonton, then we're going to go to Calgary, and then we're going to go to Quebec, Montreal, and Toronto, all within the next 12 months. We're going to make a tour of Canada. I think Canada is going to be a really good home for us. I'm very excited about going there. I think the fans are going to love what we do.
Yeah, the fighting scene there is interesting because you got to be tough, especially somewhere like Edmonton. I mean, it's cold. That's you just got to be tough to be out there training that. I'm a wimp. But I think the fighting scene is going to be interesting. I think this kind of adds to your seeing all these different places open up. Is this like, I mean, we've been to a lot, Bulgaria, England, and you're going to see all these different styles from around the world. We've talked about this for a couple of years now, but now we're really seeing it. You're going to notice maybe a Canadian style that's going to mix with an English style. Who knows? People are going to pick things up they wouldn't usually see. That's why I'm excited. It's going to be a good fight, and I'm excited to see where we're going to go next in Canada. Now, the other thing, you were online, and you're very, very cryptic. You're very cryptic in your online. It drives people nuts. I don't know if that's why you do it. You're like, oh, huge deal. This is great. Big thing today. And I was like, what is it? But we saw you with the Middle East investors, I believe. Is that right?
Yes.
Talk about that. Where did that meeting take place? What was it? What happened?
It actually, I brought him up here. Crazy story. Funny story. Really funny story. So I don't know if you guys know, but in the Middle East, there's like basically no crime, right? Like in Abu Dhabi, they said that a lady got raped, and then the sheik literally had soldiers shoot the legs up and down, cut his piece off, and then chop him in half in public. 2 guys.
You learn a lesson.
There's no crime.
Yeah, and I see why.
So
My God.
I'm leading into what I did. They came up to Philadelphia to meet us.
Yeah.
So I took them to get a cheesesteak, obviously.
Okay.
I took them to the art museum to
Rocky.
look at the steps and to take a picture with the Rocky statue.
Yeah.
So I park, I go in, we come out, we're going to go to dinner, and someone broke my fucking window.
Are you kidding me?
Someone smashed my window, and the guy was like, what is going on? The guy Raj, he's like, what's going on here, man? I said, welcome to Philadelphia, man. This is it. This is what they do here.
That's not even North Philly. That's not West Philly. That's like that's just like in Center City
It
area.
shouldn't happen there.
No.
It was in a parking lot with a security guard.
Wait,
How did I?
That's
get
like
my
where
window
tourists
broke?
park, right?
Yeah, right in front.
I love
right
Philly,
in front
dude.
Of the fountain.
Philly's horrible.
So what's going on there is it's a company that these Middle Eastern gentlemen own, and they're partnering with a fund out of the Middle East to invest in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We signed a deal last week to do that, and to do about 3 or 4 other entities that we're going to do with them, enterprises that we're going to do with them. So it's a really, really great thing for us. Obviously, it's going to give us a lot of tools. We're also hopefully today or tomorrow have our first date for our show in the Middle East, which will take place in either Dubai or Abu Dhabi. We're not 100% sure yet, but it's going to be freaking amazing for us, man.
I love it. I mean, that's a great partnership. I mean, the Conor McGregor thing strategically, I feel like was so smart for us to do. We've spoken about that. And now we go to another level, hopefully with a couple more dollars invested. And also we can kind of expand elsewhere. I'm excited. That area is on fire. So that'll be huge for us.
Sure, man. Like the big difficulty here, it's not that we're not making money. It's not, look, we're selling out. We just sold out Canada. We haven't
not sold out a show yet this year.
We keep selling out shows, but it's the fact that we're doing so many shows now. So cash flow then becomes an issue, because we're doing a show the first week of February, and we don't get that money until the last week of March, and by that time we're doing 8 more shows,
and nobody thinks
so
about
cash
that.
flow
Right.
becomes an issue, and that's really it. And these guys are going to solve that problem for us. They're going to help us blow up. We're going to do a lot of great things with them, and it's going to be an amazing partnership.
Well, that's exciting, and I'm pumped up to learn more about that. Thank you for kind of putting context to your post. The other thing is, I noticed it, I think was it Hollywood? We do so many of these now. There's these Japanese dudes in the ring. And right. I feel like I'd heard rumblings of these Japanese, I don't know what to call them. I'm sorry, Japanese dudes, guys.
Well, they're actually
investing.
They're the owner and the president of Ryzen.
Oh, so, I didn't realize that's who they were. Wow, okay.
Absolutely.
I would have cozied up and made some work there for me.
Saki Gabara is the owner. He used to own Pride.
And
now
Pride was awesome.
And now he owns Ryzen. And we were able to agree on a partnership there. So
Really?
we're going to do something together with Ryzen here in the United States and in Japan. So it was an amazing time with them as well. We're going to start off with some really cool things that we're going to announce here in the next 2 weeks.
That's going to be awesome, man. Yep. So we have a lot of wheels turning here. But
absolutely.
I feel like at the end of the year, people were saying like we got to, not silent, but we could take a break. We run hard.
Well, man, look.
You're working.
I can't give like when I say major announcement coming or major things coming, I can't really give them up until everything's done and it's signed and it's sealed and it's concrete, because that can mess up the deal, right? But here, I just unloaded 2 pretty good deals, right? 2 pretty good things that we've been working on that people have been like, what are they up to? Like, what are they really doing? Look, we're only going one place, and that's up. And we have some great partnerships to really help us, really maneuver and carve those out. And it's going to be amazing partnersouts.
I agree. I'm looking forward to that.
We also, just so you do know, we also
more.
did actually sign an MOU with South Korea as well that same day. The South Korean gentleman was there, and we're going to do some fights in South Korea as well.
For those that don't know what an MOU is, could you explain what that means?
It's a memorandum of understanding. what you do first, and then you go into a long form agreement.
That's huge. That's another step in the right direction,
Awesome.
man. And then there's another major thing we have to talk about, because we have Gabrielle Roman coming on here in a minute to talk to her. But I want to talk to you about Mike Perry. I mean, this is a hot topic right now. Mike Perry. Who's Mike Perry fighting? Who's Mike? Knuckle Mania. Is it going to be there? Is it going to be somewhere else? Where is he going to fight? Everybody wants to know all this stuff. But then we just, at the top of the show, we showed a post. Mike Perry basically saying people were, we can throw it back up there if you want to see it. It was, I think they can put it back up. It was on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. And he was basically saying, like, give me anybody. I want to smash somebody. I want to break their hearts. I think he thinks people were afraid to fight him. And I think that's kind of true. I don't see people lining up to fight Mike Perry, and with respect, nor would I. I mean,
well, I'll be honest with you, Brian, there's a lot of guys calling him out online, and then we oblige them.
Yeah.
Make them an offer, and they turn it down. So there's a lot of guys out there that say they want to fight Mike Perry, that challenge Mike Perry publicly.
Clout.
And then when we come to them and say, here's the money, very generous offer, great offer, here's the money, come fight him. Oh, we're not ready for it yet. So there's a lot of things like that go on. So we do have an announcement actually tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on the Ariel Helwani show. I will make the announcement for when Mike Perry is fighting
That's
next.
good, because I spoke with Ariel before the show, and I told him, I said, this time I'm going to give you the announcement. He was fine with that. He was very respectful, and he understood what I was doing for him. So it's good. But you did make we did make two announcements on the show today about the business mineral. That was cool.
Exactly.
Thank you for that. And I understand.
Absolutely.
You got it. Look, let's be real. I'm not an egomaniac. Ariel
Well, I mean,
Helwani-
you have more followers than Ariel Helwani, but
way
we
more,
figure we
way
just
more.
throw him a bone.
Yeah, throw him a bone. Yeah, show him that. Show him that. Have him on again. We appreciate his support, actually. So, Dave, I mean, is there anything else you want to address before we get to Gabrielle Roman? You're welcome to sit in. Whatever you'd like to do.
Nah, I mean, look, we're making some major changes this year. We're bringing in a lot of staff. We're bringing in a lot of different fighters. We're doing fights in 7 to 9 different countries this year. We launch our first fight in Mexico in May. It's going to be an amazing year for us. You know, it took a lot of planning. It took a lot of sleepless nights. It took a lot of stress to get these deals done. We got them done. We got to a place now where we can take care of the fighters even better and take care of the staff even better and blow this thing up. This thing is going all the way to the moon. I mean, 100% it is. And there's obviously times that, sometimes I'm like, I wish someone would just take this thing away from me right now, because
Like when you wake up this morning and you had a dream. Yeah. Can I share that real quick before I let you go?
Absolutely.
So I know how much Dave likes this. So I'll preface it with that. Dave loves this industry. This is his baby, right? So he comes in today. He goes, the weirdest thing, man? I woke up from this dream where I sold the company and I did very well. And he's like, and I was almost like, wow, I'm relieved. But then I realized I didn't sell it was a dream, and I was you were kind of like in the middle. Like I was happy, but I was like, oh,
it wasn't
more
the
stress.
money. Like I said, it
Stress.
was just like, wow, man, I'm not gonna have a stressful day today. And then I was like, oh, I guess I am. Nah, man, we're in this for a long haul. We're not getting out of it anytime soon, despite what some rumors might say. We're not getting out of this thing anytime soon. We have big plans. We have a big legacy to lead, and we're gonna do that.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward as much as you are. Actually, you're probably looking forward to the most, but I'm right behind you. I'm really looking forward to it. And I know
I'm looking forward to this main event that you're going to talk to Gabriel about. I mean, it's going to be an amazing fight.
Listen, first of all, you're becoming when I first started doing these things with you, you were like a deer in headlights. You're becoming a very professional, polished broadcaster to tease Gabrielle Roman coming
I know,
up next.
and I think that I should actually be sitting in your seat.
Let's
and
go. You want to
should
switch?
Not be sitting
Do you
in
want
my
to switch?
seat.
Do you have the guts
Maybe
to switch?
you should
with
sit
me?
on the floor
So
somewhere.
go away. You can hang out if you want. We got to bring Gabrielle in. She's been waiting. She's wonderful. You don't really have to go away. Hang out if you want. You hold my job in the palm of your hand, so you can do whatever you want, sir.
I got a sponsorship call in 5 minutes, so I'm going to sit in for a few. Go
Until
ahead.
you get that cha-ching. Let's bring Gabby on. I can call her Gabby. I guess we're friends. I hope.
Yes.
I see Dave. I mean, I know he's not a bad looking dude, but I see me and Dave. Where's Gabrielle Roman? That's probably better to look at her than us. I don't know if can we do that? Oh, there she is. How are you, Gabrielle?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm awesome. It's great to talk to you. Excited about Saturday night in Edmonton. Excuse me. Of course, you're the number 5 ranked flyweight right now, going against the number 1 ranked women's flyweight, Jade Masamwang. You're such an interesting story as a fighter, and I want to talk about that. The fact that I don't think you've taken one fight in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship without it being on somewhat of short notice. Is that correct?
Yes. Aside from this one, yes.
Yeah, this is your first one. So it's exciting for me, and I think the fans too, because we know what you do on short notice and what you've done. You've shocked the world. You've gone to a draw, which that was great. Then you shocked the world. You were such an underdog, and that was with like not much of a camp. But I know when we've spoken privately, you're like, I'm always in camp. I'm always ready. That being said, does this feel different for you this time? Because you feel maybe a little more confident that you had more of a camp? You know what I'm getting at here?
Yeah, absolutely. First, is Mr. Fieldman still on? Because I'd like to say hi.
I was going to ask you to. Yeah. See, he didn't want to take your interview time. Go ahead. Talk to him.
No, okay, thank you. Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's just amazing seeing everything that you've been accomplishing, and I understand. I can only imagine the sacrifices you've had to do and to get this far, and it's only still beginning. So it's just definitely an inspiration and an honor to be a part of your organization, and I thank you once again.
Well, thank you, Gabrielle. You always came. You showed up. You fought your butt off every time. You were very respectful every single time, and I look forward to seeing you fight this weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm going to double down on that. I'm looking forward to it too. Go ahead and finish talking to Dave, though. Go ahead. I seriously, I'd rather you two talk. Go. I'm dead serious. If you want to finish, you feel free.
The senior, I remember when I did the Belfast tryouts out in New York. There was first of all, I was a different person, and there was definitely a really big miscommunication, and I ended up ruining that opportunity that Mr. Fieldman and Nate Shook gave me very badly, honestly speaking. I was being misled, and there was a lot of traumatic things going on personally for me not to just really be able to understand what was like really being at risk at that moment. And here we are a couple years later, and I'm fighting the #1 contender, and the opportunities that this has given me and my family, it's truly a blessing, and I'm forever indebted to you guys, to you, Mr. Fieldman, because I understand that I did disrespect you guys and your staff. And you guys just was like, it's okay, we understand, things happen, life is thing, and there's not many organizations that would do that. So, there's a lot of people who like to talk, and a lot of people who like to act like they're like something that they're not, or they're good people and all of this stuff. But you guys definitely put words to actions, and I just want to thank you again. Well,
you're very welcome, but thank you, because without you guys, you fighters that go out there and risk your life for me and the fans, we wouldn't be where we are. So amazing, and thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, God bless everyone. I mean, that's wonderful that Dave is able to help do that. And I always say, to kind of piggyback of what he was saying, that the guys like us, the women like us that aren't fighting, we are kind of like you're the gas that goes in the jet engine. We just kind of steer it. So we do appreciate the fighters. And to get back to what we were asking, short notice fights. If you want to do a short notice fight, this is not the one. You've had 2 before this, and now you've had more of a training camp. Do you feel any difference going into the fight with more of it? Because you never stop training anyway. I know who you are.
Yeah, definitely. I feel more comfortable, I guess you can say, because there's definitely just a little bit less of comfortability going into short notice. It's like, all right, I could have prepared better, obviously, but for this, I definitely feel more comfortable going into the fight. I know she's a dog. I'm just very grateful for the time, because she's definitely, like you said, she's not one for me not to be able to really prepare for. No, and I'm really grateful that I was able to do a full camp. And, I feel ready. We're definitely ready. We can't even be any more ready than what we are now. So we're definitely looking forward to this Saturday.
We're looking forward to it too. I know you're ready, because like I said, even when you're not ready, you should be always ready, Gabriel Roman. That should be your name, because you're always ready to go. I do wonder, though, you have to agree on this. I know she's your opponent. I know you're going to get in there and you're going to do everything you can to beat her. You have a great name. Gabriel Roman's a great name. But isn't Jad Mossam Wong so much more fun to say? You have to even enjoy saying it. You can just say Jad Mossam Wong. It sounds good. Say it.
It does. Jad Mossam Wong. It's so cool.
You even, okay. I'm glad you agree with that. I was having fun last week when we interviewed you saying her name. I want to talk about the fact that your first fight, I believe, was a draw, right? That was against Courtney Cameron. And then your second fight, like I said, another major underdog going in. You beat Martina quick. It was like the first round. Why do you think people are not discrediting you, but seeing you as this underdog? I feel like they still do, even for this fight.
I haven't been really I haven't been given not given the opportunity, but this is the first fight where I'm able to actually prepare, you know. The circumstances were what they were for the previous fights, and I'm grateful that God was able to, like, you know, carry me through. And like I said before, I feel like he's going to do it again this time, but this time I was able to prepare. You know, there's no excuses going into this fight. There's time, there's preparation, and I feel like Jad is not going to be an easy fight. You know, I'm actually going to be able to showcase my skills. I got a little emotional during the Crow fight, and like technique went out the window. If you look at the Courtney fight compared to the Crow, like technique was like completely gone.
Yeah.
So I feel like this fight, obviously that's not going to happen, and this is going to be able to allow me an opportunity to really showcase what I'm capable of, and it's the perfect opponent to do so. She's a challenge. She's a true challenge. She's a true warrior. She's nothing to play around with. So I'm genuinely looking. I've been saying this from the beginning, ever since I first saw her fight. I always wanted to fight her. I just didn't think it would be so soon. I'm grateful because I understand that this is definitely going to be allow me to showcase those skills. So I'm looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to it too for so many reasons. And, you know, the other thing that I remember from the last time we talked to you, we talked about how you used to be, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it was an Uber Eats driver, or maybe just an Uber driver. And apparently you're not doing that anymore. Did they finally catch you? Did they finally get you stealing those fries and taking sips of drinks when you were headed to deliver? Is that why you don't do that anymore?
That's exactly why. You know, I hungry girl. I love food. No, I full-time train now. I've committed my everything to this now.
Full-time.
I want to make sure that, you know, that there is no excuses even with short notice fights. And I want to be ready. I want to show everyone that I'm serious. I'm here for it, you know. And so God says otherwise, I'm going to be here for it, and I'm going to be ready every single time. So. And
you mentioned that before. You mentioned how important, you do it every time you talk. You glorify God, talk about how important he is. And I saw you, you were doing an interview, I think it was with Gator. I think it was on that BKFC Reddit. And I saw a clip of that really quick the other day. And you were saying you don't even like the fame that you're getting when people talking about, you're almost nervous about it. Why are you nervous about it?
All right, because I don't want people misunderstanding, because it's very confusing. I'm a Christian. All glory goes to my God. I'm only here because of God. I'm only still, win or lose, like it's his will, you know? Like, I'm obviously going for the win. I have a lot of people counting on me, who invest their time on me. You know, again, I just finished saying how I'm sacrificing and I'm full-time fighting on this. Like, I need to win. But if I lose and I did everything on my part, then that's God's will, and I'm going to take it as is, and I'm going to be grateful and appreciate it. And it's just, I don't want the glory being put on me when it's only because of him. It's only because of him for everything and anything. Like, I'm literally still breathing because of him. Like, I am the mother that I am today because of him. Like, we are where we are financially and like family wise, like as individuals, like everything is because of him. Like, I've been trying my whole life to be the mother that I am now, to be, you know, successful as I am now, and I couldn't do it before God. I really couldn't. So it's truly all glory to God. And I don't, the fame and all that light and stuff, I make sure that I keep pointing it to him, because it is because of him. I make sure that my mind stays focused, but it's scary, because this can go to your head very quickly, you know?
Yeah, but hold on, you're keeping it grounded by what you're saying. And I would argue that you're saying, oh, glory to God, I get that, but you're the conduit. You're the person here on earth that can then bring people. That's the way you need to look at it. Just keep doing what you're doing. God put you here for a reason, to kind of bottom line that. God put you here for a reason, and then you can kind of show that to other people that are willing to see that. And I think that's pretty powerful. And I'm excited you're here. I'm excited to watch you fight. I'm excited God put you here because God gave us a great fight. Let's be honest. Well, that wasn't too nice. We're talking about the Almighty, Evan. You're going to go to hell now. So Evan just let out a big burp. All right. I also want to, jeez. Oh, that hurt. Stop. Stop. All right. We're doing it. Stop. Not during the interview. Stop. The other thing I want to talk about was your keys to victory. How you're going to beat Jade Massam-Wong. Is that a puzzle for you? How do you feel going in? What do you see, maybe holes in her game, stuff like that?
She doesn't really have any holes in her game. We're preparing for all sides. We're preparing for her cardio, for her strength, her aggression, but also her technique, like her technicality. Like she's very technical. I said before, she pulls back when she needs to. She observes. She moves forward when she needs to. She's somewhat of a all-around fighter. So preparing for her literally has to be very technical, strength, cardio. You know, everything is involved in this type of fight. So I've left the strategy up to my coach, as I'm supposed to. You know, I do and drill everything that he tells me to, and then I make sure that as a fighter, it's my job to stay adaptable, to stay open, because we can sit here and plan everything that we want to plan, but anything can happen, especially in bare knuckle. So
100%. I agree. So 100%. Now, the other thing is, I'm sorry, these guys are trying to break me in the other room. I'm going to be honest. I'm pulling the curtain back. They're trying to break me. I'm losing my train of thought.
What are you talking
Oh, shut up. This happens all the time. You don't see it on there, but it happens all the time, and I always maintain my composure. They're goofballs. They make faces at me and stuff. And it's very easy because I'm immature. So the other thing I wanted to get to, what the hell was the other thing? Now, when she goes, I'm going to be like, I wanted to talk to her about this, and I forget. Here's one thing I want to ask you right now, this whole interview. Are you doing the interview in a bathtub, a pool, or a gymnasium? Or do you have really high ceilings at your house? Oh, you're in a gym. Is that your house? You have a gym at your house?
No, I wish. No, this is a gym. It's one of the gyms that I train at.
That's awesome. Well, thank them for letting you do it right now. We appreciate that. All right, let's talk about other jobs. Before you did, we talked about you stealing from Uber Eats and eating the fries and drinking the drinks. You never did that. I choose not to believe it. But when you were doing Uber Eats, was there anybody that just gave you a rotten tip? And you're a woman of God. You just said that. But did you want to throw stuff at their house kind of thing? Because I'm a man of God. I'd throw stuff at their house still. God will forgive you. We have a forgiving God, right?
I definitely would have been like, I definitely afterwards, I'm like, I should have just taken a bite. You know? But no, that's disgusting. But no, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But it's, you know, I try to remind myself, I know that there's times where I've ordered food just because I'm tired, like training a lot, you know, and I literally didn't even have money for anything else other than just to order my kids some food. So I'm like, all right, I try to remember that, you know, because it's hard. It's rough, especially in this economy. It's hard.
You are so wonderfully nice. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I think I'm a pretty nice guy, but the way you think, I would just be angry. It's good that you don't go through life angry and crazy like me. So listen, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. Before we go, this is, you are a woman of God, you said, so let's go around the horn here. I'll start with Evan. I know he knows one. He's a good Christian boy.
What?
What was your favorite church hymn? We've talked about this off the air before. There's so many good ones when you start thinking about them. Drop in the comments your favorite church hymns, and I guarantee.
I'm blanking, I don't know.
I'll give you one.
Give me one.
You liked On Angels' Wings, I believe we talked about.
Angels' Wings.
Yeah, I'll lift you up on Angels' Wings. And then you liked what was it?
I went to Catholic school for 2 years.
We had a whole conversation about this one time. The other good. What's your favorite? Do you have a spiritual song you like wherever you went? There you are, Gabrielle. You don't have to sing it, just if you know it.
It's one of my favorite songs is called "Count 'Em" by Brendan Lake.
Okay, I'll go ahead and sing it. That's good. You can look that up if you need some inspiration. Evan, I believe, grew up a good Catholic boy. Am I correct saying that?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he is how he is. And Evan, we talked about. I'm blanking too. I thought you were going to give me some good hymns.
I can't remember.
There was because I was we started talking one time about hymns and him growing up, and I was
on the spot. I got stage fright.
That's what happens because we were going back like YouTubing and back and forth, and there's so many great ones. But I'm blanking too. You got Angels' Wings. You got Amazing Grace. That gets sung at church sometimes. That's a beautiful one. And then I like the one that
Our God is an awesome God.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
And then there's the one where in the Catholic religion where the guy stands there and he goes, "Oh, righty then." That's Ace Ventura. No, they do the thing where they. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm screwing this all up. Brandon, give me your favorite hymn. I know you're a religious boy. Brandon's like shout at the devil from Motley Crue.
I do not know.
Well, that's
No,
why
I'm sorry.
Brandon has a nice middle part. You know why?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm going to move on from that one.
Isn't Creed? Creed's Christian rock, kind of.
No, they were. Nobody realized they were. Yeah, they used to be Christian
Yeah,
rock.
but there's stuff in there.
Yeah,
I love Creed.
Do you really sing one of their songs? I want you to.
Can you take me higher?
We should. That's a failure right there. We should just get rid of them for that. That was terrible.
Oh, I love
I'm Googling right now.
You're the one that wants me to sing.
No, not at all. The most popular church hymn, it says, is Amazing Grace.
Is that why? Can he sing?
No.
No, nobody can sing on this show. That's why I was hoping you would sing. All right, I got
What's
here.
the one about being stoned
How,
in the village or something?
Holy, 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 how great they are. It is well. Great is thy faithfulness. Praise to the Lord Almighty. All this. They're all great ones. They're all great ones. Look them up. You can YouTube them today for some workout music or something.
Shalom.
Shalom. Gabrielle Roman, it's always good to have you. Always good to see you. And we're excited to see you in Jad Masa Wong. Thanks for carving out some time for us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Where did she go?
She's here.
Okay. I was making sure. I just heard her. It's like, where's that coming from? It's an honor for you to come on. It's a great. The person you are is amazing. The fight you are is amazing. Can't wait to see what you're going to do next. I know. I just remembered this, so we were just being all wholesome and nice. But when you get through this fight with Jad, after this fight, there might be another one on your horizon. So if and when you win this one, do you want to speak on who that might be while I let you go? Kind of let the fans know a little bit of inside knowledge or stuff they may have seen online.
Yeah, I'm looking for a title fight. It's either going to be 125 or 115. It depends. I heard that. Jad was being offered the title fight after this, so I wouldn't mind fighting for her. I want the big dogs. Obviously, I want the people who are gonna either beat the crap out of me or will be a challenge. So I definitely want one or the other. I would want Britt more because one, she's in my weight class. I would love to actually fight in my weight class.
Yep.
But
you've never done that.
Huh?
You haven't done that since you've been here.
Yeah, I really haven't.
Yeah.
But, I've just been taking the opportunities as they come. So,
all right.
Yeah.
What's up with you and Britt?
She's not going to say it. I'm going to say it for her.
There's something there?
Yeah, there's something there. Don't lie. You're a good Christian. Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
There's something there. You can talk.
I'm just not, she gives that enough drama. I'm all right with that. I just want to fight her. Yeah.
Evan, what's the drama, Evan? They're going back and forth.
know.
We're not letting her out of it this easy.
I don't know. I don't play on my phone as much.
Oh, get out of here. It's all you do.
So there was a misunderstanding. She thinks that, so back before Melanie Shaw was offered the fight, they offered me the fight. And I said, all right, they sent me the email. I talked to my coaches and my team about it. And I was getting ready to do it, but I wasn't healed yet. I was getting ready to take that fight with like one good hand. The other one was nowhere near ready. And they were like, we'll ask you 2 questions. Are you willing to throw away everything that you've been working for? And I was like, shit. No. So then why are you being so impatient? Like, just, the opportunity will be there in the future. So I went back to Jules and I was like, thank you, but no, thank you. I told her straight up, I was like, I feel like and I said BTCIH because I for not accepting the fight, but I can't make this injury worse by taking a fight with the freaking champ. Because at the end of the day, regardless of all the drama going on, she's still no game. She's no joke.
She is no joke. I wouldn't mess with her.
Yeah.
I would not mess with Britt Hart. But
I think what's going on her end. Someone told her that I signed the contract and then I backed out. So when I went and I shouted out in one of the posts, I was like, hey, we can do, if I win, we'll sign, I'll sign something saying that we'll have an automatic rematch if you want. And she took that as disrespect. She was like, oh, you're the one that backed out. You're over here trying to disrespect me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was just trying to think smart. I had 2 fights left on my contract. Yep. That would have been perfect setup for my fights. And she, I don't know, she was like, you signed whatever. And I was like, listen, you need to go back. I was trying to do her a favor. And I was like, you need to go back and speak to whoever you're speaking to and have them tell you the correct information, because right now you're doing too much. This is just unnecessary. Yeah. It's definitely a misunderstanding. And then she kept taking it to another level. And, she got disrespectful. She started, my manager and some people sent me stuff, because I don't follow her. They sent me stuff that she posted in her story and, wow, trying to make fun of me and all this stuff. I was like, all right, cool, it's no problem. Now she's like, oh, we got bad blood. I didn't like you. I had no problems with you before. And I'm just like, cool, it'll make it easier. Now I have no problem fighting Britt. I usually feel bad going into fights.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad this time.
Wow.
So,
all right.
A fucking feeling.
That's Britt there. We just heard her. She's got a feeling. You got a feeling. The fans got a feeling. They want that fight. I would want that fight. But let's I know we asked you, but you're focused hardcore on Jad Massam Wong first. You get through that one, and then maybe we see Britain. I think the fans will want to see that. So let's keep that in our minds. Gabriel Roman, we're up against it, man. We have Jeremiah Riggs coming on next, who's also fighting in Edmonton, and I want to get him in here. But I really appreciate the time you spent with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. You said Britt is on the line?
No. Britain, I think so. Is that her?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a fucking feeling.
There she is.
Please, I would appreciate that.
She's heading out. See you, Britt.
That was a sound drop. They're being idiots. All right. So
I was about to say, if she was on the line, let her speak her piece.
no.
Okay.
We'll get that after this fight with Jad. When it goes your way, we'll get that going on the podcast here. You heard it here first. Anyone else does it, steals it. All right. Oh, who's that?
She's back. Hold
She's
on.
back again?
What's up?
I'm a fucking feeling.
She just keeps coming here and yelling.
I don't know what's going on.
Where are you
there.
going? Come back. Get on here.
She's out.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm so confused what's going on. I'm sure you are too, Gabrielle Roman.
She was screaming?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
No, she's all right. They're messing around. You're not going to be messing around this Saturday. Looking forward to that. BKFC Prospects in Edmonton, our big debut. We're glad you're going there to represent, and it's going to be a great fight. God bless you, and thank you for stopping by.
So much. Thank you, guys.
All right,
God
my friend.
bless.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, I know we're up against. I know we got Jeremiah Riggs coming up because she was entertaining live from what I thought was a swimming pool originally, but apparently it's a gym with an echoey area. That's cool that they started doing that. I don't think she could hear the drop. She was very confused.
Stern,
very Howard Stern of you.
The knocks.
I know. I heard. I knew what you were
Need some
doing.
more sounds.
Yeah, we'll get more. We're gonna keep doing that. Is Jeremiah Riggs in the waiting room?
He is coming in.
That poor guy's been waiting forever. I feel like. I think he called in a little early.
1 second. Here
It's all right.
he comes.
We're excited to talk to Jeremiah Riggs. I was excited to talk to Gabrielle Roman. I really think she's got so much upside. She's just so tough, and she seemingly came out of nowhere. Jeremiah Riggs, well, he came from somewhere. He came from a lot of places. This guy's not just bare knuckle, but even before he got here, this guy's had a huge career in not only fighting, but entertainment as well. And I'm really looking forward to him and Sonny Smith because every time Jeremiah Riggs is around, it's a good vibe. He steps in the squared circle. He gives you all he's got. We've seen him against Connor Tierney, who was a standout, still is. We've seen him against, his last fight was Billy Wagner. There's an injury. I want to talk to him about that because I think this is his first fight back being injured with that, or I should say rehabbing that injury and coming off of it. So I want to talk to him about that and a lot more. I mean, this guy's had such an interesting life. Jeremiah Riggs, ready to come in. He's been so patient in the virtual waiting room, virtual green room. Let's bring him in. Yep, he just left. We made him wait too long. He left. Let's see. He's got a nice mirror.
No, I'm good.
No, I want to check out your digs there. Let's see. You have a nice mirror behind you. What else do you have? The lighting fixtures look wonderful. Your curtains. How are your curtains? Did you update those? I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to.
No, you're looking
you see
great,
me?
man. Yeah, I can see you. Oh, now I can't. What are you doing? Now I can see you. There you
hold
are.
on.
You look great. Don't touch anything. You look great.
Okay.
All right.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. I like your bare knuckle colors. I like that we're talking to you. Is that wall to wall carpeting? It's a hat? Okay. And the other thing is, I think that you'd sent me an email before we started the interview. The only way you were going to come on here was you mentioned that you don't like a certain guy on the show. You think he's very disrespectful. Would you like to speak to disrespectful Brandon real quick?
Yeah, he's probably got his dick in his hand right now, beating his knee. Ain't he?
I mean, the guy screws up all the time. Can you at least let him know that what's going to happen if he screws up during your interview?
Man, don't screw the interview up, bro. You gotta stay composed, man. You can't get all shot. I know it's me on the show and everything, so wipe your lips, and get you a napkin.
His palms are all sweaty.
And just simmer down, son. Simmer down. Yeah.
He's shaking over there. All right. Well, there you go. Don't screw up. You've been he just tied his record for success because he can get through the show.
Well, actually, really quick, Jeremiah, can you see us?
No, I can't. That's
right.
what I was wondering.
So we are having an issue with Zoom or something in here.
Of course we
because,
are. That's not your fault, though,
it's
right?
probably AT&T.
Yeah,
it could be. It could
exactly.
be. Can you see me? Can you see me?
No, I can't see anybody. I can see myself.
But we see you. You look great.
Yeah, you look. Whoa! Now you're hitting on the guy.
Thank
Jeez,
you.
man, you're hitting on him now.
Solar flares.
Wow. Oh yeah, what's going on? Maybe it's AT&T. You're right. Here's what we're going to talk about today. There's so much to get to with everybody we talk to, especially you, because man, what a career you've had in and out of bare knuckle. The first things first, I want to talk about Sonny Smith, who apparently has done some bare knuckle before. He's 2-0, undefeated, and you are like the short notice king. I feel like almost every fight you've had with us has been short. No, we just talked to Gabrielle Roman. She hasn't had a proper camp until this fight. You, I know the first time you came in, I think the first fight, and I think this was short notice. It was you and Connor Tierney, right? That was your first time in for us?
7 days.
Wow, 7 days. And what a fight that was. Connor is very talented, as are you. I mean, that was a great fight. Actually, I remember walking through the casino in New York, and I didn't really know you at the time. And you just like jumped on me as I'm like, who's this guy? And you're grabbing me like, wait till you see tonight's fight. I'm like, I like this guy. He's got energy, man.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, I remember that. Like, I remember you saying, like, man, how do you feel? And I was like, look, bro, just sit in your seat. I'm fixing to say
you were
some
pumped.
shit.
Yeah, you sure did. And you did. And then your next fight with BKFC, Billy Wagner in Montana. And I remember watching that, man, just I don't know if it was a twist, a bad mess up with the leg. You got messed up pretty bad in that. And that was a big injury. And I remember talking to Doc, and he was thinking, man, I hope this guy can come back from this. And I said, it's Jeremiah Riggs, man. Big Rig gonna come back. You know that. And he's like, yeah,
no doubt.
He's like no other. So what was the injury for those that don't know, that don't follow as closely as they should? And how are you feeling since then?
So it was a ACL completely. I don't know if you call snap, pop, whatever it did.
Snap, crackle, pop.
And it was, and actually, there was a lot of, like saying with my team, people, man, they were, man, what do you think it was the weight cut? No, it really was. I mean, honestly, I know how some fighters are. Oh, well, this injuries. I had no previous injury. There was no clicking. I mean, like I wouldn't put. First of all, I wouldn't put the company or anything in jeopardy over just something to do that. So no, actually, I mean, I was 100% ready to go. I mean, full body and all. And when it happened, even when it happened, it was a shock to me. I was like, man, that was weird. When Doc come up to me, I'll never forget this. I'm sure he remember. He goes, man, well, what's up, man? Is there cramp? And I said, no. I said, I think my knee just come out of socket. And then that's how exactly what it felt. And the only reason why I say that is I'm having an ankle from years and years, and it'll do that. So that's kind of why I said, I was like, and he was kind of like, no, I don't think that happens, And then, but to me, I mean, because even when I was standing up in front of him, I was kind of like, okay, I mean, I'm good, and then when he asked me to, jump on it, I'm always trying to be a soldier, I was kind of like, trying to put that weight off of it, but I felt it, and right in between him, I looked at him, and I was like, and he was like, come on. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this one good jump. And then when it did, of course, if you watched it, it come out again. I even tried it even when we got out of the ring, because it was so weird.
You didn't want to feel it.
Yeah, because, I mean, I was kind of like, all right, well, I know it's over, but we was outside walking. I asked my buddy, I said, hey, just stop real quick for a minute, man. Give me a second. And I just tried to ease a little pressure, and then I was like, no, it's something's really totally wrong. It just blew my mind. But coming back from that, man, I mean, dude, it's been great. I really sunk a lot of effort, sacrifice, time. That was my whole biggest thing, was to give back. I mean, David Fieldman and his whole crew. Let's just say that BKFC, all these guys have just really opened their arms, been really great to me. And my whole thing was just getting back on track to really give back, to set that standard, of what I come in and bring to the game. And just even just in a whole full spectrum of in and outside the sport, I mean, like I've told this on with Jeff Houston, we were talking, I said, man, the doc said, man, one of the fastest recoveries I've seen on knee surgeries like Adrian Pearson, he did it in 4. And I said, well, if I had his pocketbook, I wouldn't be sitting here looking at you. But give me 5 or 6. I said, I'm going to be all right. So,
well, glad you're all right,
it's come together. Yes, it's been great, man. I mean, it's solid. It really is.
So, I mean, and I don't want to make it sound like you're losing fights. I mean, that was because you got hurt. Before that, Connor Tierney is a game fighter. But before that, we must mention that your debut in Jackson, you had a win with Eric Thompson. So that's why we're kind of excited to see, as they rebuild you, how you can do when you get back at it again. And I know you've done a lot of other stuff outside of fighting. You've done everything, dude. You've been in the military. I thank you for your service. You were a bull rider.
I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you. I'm a wimp, man. You went and you did it. I didn't. A bull rider. I don't know if you're still doing that. Did the ACL thing mess that up? Did you have to stop bull riding too?
No, so actually, since then, I have gotten on a few. Man, that was actually one of come to find out, I was in right after David and them let me last March. They let me get some ring rust off of me. I did a pro boxing debut and I won it, and then shortly after that was really a big full test for me. Was I got on a couple of bulls. And I did that, I really just had to separate it, because them two sports intermingling, you got to be very careful. I mean, that's a very, very, very high risk. And just, I mean, I've really, I hate saying I give up, but no, I'm still in the world, I still help my guys. I still help a school that I'm involved with in Oklahoma with David Berry. That was my coach, Monster Bull. So I still help teach, and I still help, guys come in town, I'll house them and stuff like that. I just try to lead the example for others to follow. But that was one of the things I did, that was a really full test for me. Was like, okay, hey, I feel good. I got past that fight. I did that. And one of the things was like, all right, let's strap one and really see what it is. So since then I have gotten on, but, I've been so focused with getting back, try to get back to the company and get back in the ring and showcase that. No, I just kind of walked away, you know what I mean?
Well, we appreciate that you're so focused. We want to see you back, but I do have to ask you, I mean, bull riding, I always ask fighters when I first started here, what goes through your mind before a fight? Like, what do you think about? But getting on a bull, that's a whole nother ball game too. I mean, I guess you've done it a million times, but is there anything like when you first start doing it, like, oh shit, I'm crazy? Like, what goes through your mind?
No, so I'll be honest with you, man. That was one of the things that has really set, and if you can put this in a bigger mental picture, when we started this, and me and Belcher and them got together and pulled this whole bare knuckle thing together, man, I'll be honest with you, man, coming from that into that's really played a huge part in my career with BKFC, just the mental part of it. I mean, man, when you get on a 2,000 pound animal, it's kind of, be honest with you, it's like, hey, we're not really meant for that, boxing and fighting. Yeah. But, you're not really supposed to, you're really supposed to be getting on that kind of stuff. So, but I mean, it's a very, you're talking about a whole realm, I mean, you get in the cage, whatever, you got refs and stuff, you're really in a whole nother world when you're on the back of the bull or getting off of one. I mean, there really ain't no stopping that dude, so it's just really an unmerciful sport, but very, very, I've always been intrigued just by what it's given me. Especially the mental game. I mean, dude, when I come and I step in the squared circle, or just to put it in perspectives, hey man, we're fighting at 165 pounds. That son of a bitch ain't 2,000. So, the fear factor or the wow factor really kind of goes away in the fighting world. I mean, you got other mental, physical aspects you want to say, but in the bull riding world, man, that's probably one of the toughest things I have done, even in a physical, mental kind of side. I mean, it's kind of almost hard to put in words of just really what that plays a toll on your body and mind. I mean,
it's probably compressing your vertebrae, right? I mean, from boom, 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 your vertebrae and everything probably gets compressed doing that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure just over the 8 years of, I started in 2015. I was just up to say present. So over them years, I mean, it's took a toll on my body. I mean, but I mean, it's also took a real positive toll on my body and mind as well. So, what it's given me is really still carried on in my fighting career right now, just having that other chance to kind of fulfill this legacy and go on my path in combative sports, dude. I mean, it really plays a big role.
Bro,
big role. I mean,
all you've been doing,
it is nuts. It's crazy.
It is nuts. But all you've been doing is fulfilling legacy your whole life. I mean, I'm going to do this by memory. I'm not going to hit everything. That you fought everywhere there is to fight. You're on reality shows, I think on VH1, I think at least 2 of them. You were
MTV,
on MTV as well. And then Tough Enough with WWE, where you became a WWE superstar. I think you were the 3rd to last one to get eliminated. And by the way, as an aside, because people that watch know my affinity for pro wrestling, and I used to kind of practice that as well. The fact that if it's true that you got trained by Dirty Dutch Mantell, is that true?
Yeah, so that was
my gosh, he's a legend. He's brilliant.
that was the first guy, and it was with Dutch, man. He kind of brought me. It was really like a really private thing, but I kind of got really like just some really basic stuff. So I didn't like get like a whole full camp. But
Doesn't matter. He's brilliant.
Get from him in a shorter period of time. Yeah, man, he's a legend. So I've had some really good coaching or good figures in my life that has excelled me or pushed me into the levels of what I have.
Yeah, and
done,
I mean, if no one's ever seen that, you could probably look it up. Tough Enough was a reality show where you would sign on to become a wrestler. You had that long, pretty hair. My wife said, "Oh, that was a guy with that long, nice hair. Look him up, man. You look like a different that long hair."
About 25 pounds heavier.
Yeah. And it's not easy to do, as you know. And I think it's interesting to talk about pro wrestling to kind of segue to the next thing. You were also on freaking Broken Skull Ranch, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin's show. Are you friendly with him? Do you speak to him? Did he know you were a wrestler?
Yeah, I still keep. So I still keep in touch with him. I mean, it's not like we call each other, but man, Christmases or like if I'm hunting, he's a big hunter. Yeah. So if I kill something or do something crazy, I mean, even my second kid, after we had met, my 5-year, my little baby was. The night she was born, I got a picture where we was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he so he's been a really cool mentor and I say a friend to me. But yeah, man, I try to keep in touch with him as much as possible. I mean, that was it's kind of wild to have, watching that growing up as a kid, it's like, man, that's probably that'd be cool to me. And then all of a sudden now, we say buddies, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the bottom line because Jeremiah says so on his relationship with Stone Cold Steve Austin. We appreciate you kind of dishing on that a little bit. The other thing I want to get to are a couple of things. One, your thoughts on being on the Prospect Show, because I saw some people online say Jeremiah Riggs on a Prospect Show, and you seem to love the fact that you're on this Prospect Show, and I think it's a great spot for you too.
Yeah, man. So I'll break the ice on that and even look, man, prospect or no prospect, whatever you want to call it, man. Look, the thing about that is guys in my position, or just say even the next level, or whatever you want to put it at, that's a huge. It's really a huge opportunity. It's not a step down. Everybody, you're on a man. No, and I haven't had anything come to me like, oh man, you're on a process. What do you think about it? I said, man, I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
One, because you lead by example. Two, it gives these guys that are coming in or don't really know much, or like the prospects. So now they're looking and going, oh shit, it's like the main event, with the girls and stuff like that. Like you got to set the example, and setting that example is even, hey, I know we're fixing to be in that new ring. I think that's awesome. My deal on that is you got to have guys step up. And you're not entitled, man. I think to David's in his eyes, I think he gets a lot of guys that feel like they're entitled. And I'll be honest with you, man. I think I'll be honest. If you had a top 10, I believe I'm sitting right there. I might be number 10, but whatever the case may be is. But I'm not entitled to a fucking thing but doing my job. And doing my job is what I'm supposed to do. And it don't matter if you're on Prospects, if you're on BK, if the numbered card, Knuckle Mania, whatever. You take that and you do what you're supposed to do for the people doing what they're doing for you. And just to give back in that way for me is huge because, you get that wow factor, to some of the guys, that's you're setting that example for them are the guys that should be looking at me or whoever going, man, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to take my career, and to showcase that to others, or just say set the standard.
Yeah.
To me, that's really huge. It's almost even bigger than being on a numbered card, and no matter which way you fall into that, it's kind of like some people will say, man, you getting bumped down to the prelim, man, you can't. That's to me, that's a weak mindset of looking at that. And hey, you do your job. You do your job. And then the rest comes with it, like I said, I don't have no entitlement in this other than a handshake and say thank you for the opportunity, and it's up to me to seek that and to play that opportunity in that role, and just give everything I got. You know, I mean, that's what you're gonna get. You know, there ain't gonna be no half step, and I'm gonna give everything I got, every ounce of whatever I have in me to seal the deal and do my job and do it in the most respectful, utmost positive way I can for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to set the standards, because we're not fucking lowering them. I promise you that. Ask the boss,
not you
man.
on the
He ain't
card,
lowering
definitely.
his standards for shit. Yeah. So for that, man, I wouldn't give a damn if they were like, hey, we want you on this on the prospect series, and you're going to be the very first fight, dude. That's in it to me. I mean, even that part's huge, because now you're setting the tone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that just for guys that are listening to this or looking into that or think, you know, that ain't nobody. It's an opportunity, and I think it's a great one. It's a great one to set the example and show these guys like, hey, man, this is where you want to be if this is where you want to be.
I love it. I love the way you think, and I hope that more people are thinking like you. That's definitely the way to think. You just need to make an impact no matter where you are on the card, and people will talk about you if you do that.
Yeah, for sure. You're damn right.
Now, the other thing, I got like 2 more, and then we'll get you out of here because you got some stuff to do, and I'm running way behind here. But the one thing was, you love your dog. What's your dog's name?
Dax, man. He's sitting right here going nuts. I'm surprised you ain't heard him. Sitting here, he's here.
He's with you all the time. He came to the photo. She came to the photo shoot with you.
He's right here.
When you
seen?
Yeah, I can see him. He's a pit, right?
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's.
You know, Evan. I don't know if you remember this, but when he brought him to the photo shoot to get your photos done, I didn't. I'm dumb. I'm like, oh, I'm just playing around with the dog, and it's not a big deal because I didn't care. The dog didn't bite me, but I got nipped, right? And Evan said to me, Evan's like, I like left the room because I didn't want to upset you, you know, the dog nipped me. And then Evan's like, they can always smell the weak one. Do you remember that? He did. He said they could.
It sounds like something I'd say. Yeah, probably dominated you right away.
He did right away. Look, dogs have fun back there.
Yeah.
The other thing is, before we let you out of here, well, this is that was just that came to my mind. I want to know how you're going to beat Sonny Smith. How do you beat him? What do you do?
Man, so his is really intriguing to me. I like the matchup, man. To me, and this is another one. So it's a boxer versus versus me. Like everybody considers a brawler. Man, I'll be honest with you, man. I just you gotta bring in the fight to him. You know, you gotta. This is. You hear the boss man say, "This is bare knuckle." Yeah, I mean. You know, you got different styles, but I believe styles makes fight. And to me, facing another guy like Smith himself, boxer background, I think he's had some MMA stuff or whatever. It's really a huge step up for me, because that's another opportunity. Yep. To break the mold in boxer fighter or brawler, you know. But hey, man, you know, I get to showcase some of my skills and the things that I've been working on myself. So to me, I think the most important thing, you know, I know I've watched a little old stuff on his, you know, I know he's going to sit behind that jab. I know he kind of likes fighting on that back foot, which that's kind of, to me, you know, some of the boxers deal. But to me, it's just bring the fight. You know, you got to utilize my tools that I have. With Brian, you know, got the clinch game. You know, I got to utilize everything, and if it don't work in one round, you just swap it up. You know, it's that easy. The game plan, it's really to take the fight to him, but be very smart with it, man, because I know what I'm dealing with when it comes to the boxer brawler kind of mix. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there's going to be another aspect. Now you're taking 5 foot. Where it was 22 foot in the regular circle, now we're 16 foot. So now we're getting a little tighter space. Yeah. And it's not just, I mean, we're still going to have a lot of room to move, but hey, what does it play the advantage of? Does it play the advantage of my footwork, his footwork? I mean, we're going to find out. But to me, it's being smart. You gotta watch a boxer's just trying to play his footwork versus mine, and really just utilizing them extra small things that turn into big things against that style of fighter.
Oh, I mean, that's a great way of looking at it. I mean, you could sit there and do commentary and analyze your own fight while you're fighting. It's a great way. Thank you for kind of shining some light on that. And the last,
well, you got to have some kind of fighter IQ on that. You know, like I said, I mean, so there is still a matchup series where boxer versus brawler. And most your MMA guys, like from my background, is in the brawl, different, we have different footwear, you have different styles, but you still have to work on that because of what the BKFC is bringing in. I mean, you got
always changes,
like
fluid.
Austin Trout bringing in here. Yeah. So it's changing, but to break that mold, it's figuring one thing out for the other. So not all boxers are going to just walk over every fighter, but it's bare knuckle. It's not boxing.
Different game, man.
It's that's right. It's a different game. It's a different animal. So you got to take that is knowing that and the knowledge of where you came from and use that the best to take that out of that boxer, so to speak.
Well, we're excited to see what you're going to do. Now, this is it before you get out of here and you get ready to go to Edmonton for your big fight. We're glad to see you back. Can't wait to see how that wheel healed up against, of course, Sonny Smith. That's this Saturday, bkfc.com. You find out more info. There's a million places you can watch it. You should. It's going to be awesome. Before we get out of here, I feel like in this area where we live, in the Philadelphia area, some people say we have horrible accents. I try to work on my accent so I'm not sounding like I'm from Philly. But we're going to try something, and these guys don't even know this in the other room. They're rolling their eyes at me now because I'm going to ask them to do it. I want to go around the horn here, and I want to we did this with Jad Massamwang in French. We're going to do it with Southern accents now. You're going to rate who has the best Southern accent, okay? So
yeah, let's do it. To me, you don't really have one. I mean, I've heard a lot of to me, I don't. You almost sound normal. I know I probably don't.
Nah, you sound great. I love the Southern accent, man. So who's going to go first? Should I go? I'll go first.
How about you go first?
Because Evan's yawning. I can tell Evan's tired. All right, so I'm going to do a simple one for you because this is how the fans feel about you. You're going to know where this comes from. My Southern accent's not good. Ready? It's a certain guy who has a very red face. He says, I love you. That's my Southern accent. I'm not good with accents. I'm not. Evan's groaning because he's going to do one.
You got the draw.
You can say,
why are you making us do this, sir?
Because it's great.
Brandon will go.
All right, Brandon, go for it. Just say something. Say you're going to go put your grits on.
This week we're going to go to Canada. And we're going to put on a good fight up there. I know we are. The Great White North, it's beautiful up there. I think it's -2, -3 degrees right now. But when we get up there, we're going to kick some motherfucking ass.
I like your 2. I think his 2 was on point, too.
I like that one. That was good. That was a good one.
That was really good, dude. I think he beat me. Evan, do you want to give us a try, dude?
Hey, brother. I'm Jeremiah Wells.
Well, I think everyone's pretty talented in different ways here. I think Jeremiah Riggs would agree.
I said Jeremiah Wells. I don't know why I named a UFC fighter.
That's all right.
I meant Jeremiah Riggs.
You gotta have it's that drag. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's some y'all. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? Yeah.
I forgot to throw in the brother.
Brother. Yeah, brother.
I was trying to do like Joe Dirt.
Joe, oh man. Well, I don't know who you think. I think Brandon got that one. I do think he was.
I think Brandon hit that one on the head, man. Yeah. That was good. I could hear it. That was good.
Jeremiah Riggs, man, you're awesome. Thanks for joining us. You versus Sonny Smith.
No,
big fight going down in Edmonton. We're looking forward to it again. BKFC.com. I'm pretty much told it's pretty much sold out, if not couple tickets away. So you're going to watch it on the app. Make sure you get in there on the app, bkfc.com, or anywhere you can watch it. It's a lot of different places. We're looking forward to it. Thanks. What? Oh, you got
They're
something.
Also what I was just going to make this because I know I've had some people ask me, and it's probably people watching. Of course, I always say, go BKFC app. What other stream? There's another. Ain't there 2 other streams you might want to throw out there?
It's all at bkfc.com. I know you can watch it on YouTube, I believe, and you can watch it on Fubo Sports, and you can watch it on our app. And there's a lot of other places. If you go to the website.
The poster shows it on. There's like a fast channel, like a Fubo fast channel you can watch it on. I think there's like a Hulu fast channel. There's so many.
Yeah, if you can't.
Basically, though, if you just do bkfc.com,
it gives you
you're in the game. Yeah. And I think, and that's another thing, man. Everybody this is all completely free, man. Dave, man, Feldman, man, he's putting this work into this.
You can hire him.
And yeah, man. And thanks to him.
He's great
for doing that, because that's really huge, man. And to have this whole series for everybody to be watching this and to stream this, and it's free. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Man, awesome,
it's going to be a great night of fights. We're excited you spent the time with us today, and excited to see what you're going to be cooking up for your fight with Sonny Smith this Saturday night. BKFC.com. Watch it all. If you can't find where to watch it, I'll have Jeremiah Riggs punch you in the face next time he sees you. All right.
Thank you.
Jeremiah, good luck, man. Have a good fight, okay? All right, there goes
Thanks,
Jeremiah.
guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate everybody. Like I said, shout out to my team, everybody that follows me, and like I said, once again, thanks to you guys. Thanks to everybody in the BKFC lineup, man. I mean, there's so many names. I don't know everybody. Photographers, the people put the cages up, dude. You know, from me, it's muchly appreciated because I know the hard work put in to the boss man, dude. Thank you for this opportunity. It's just life changing on all ends for just not only me but for everybody else. Matchmaking is always there, and man, just like I said, appreciate everybody.
We appreciate you. Jeremiah Riggs, ladies and gentlemen, big fight against Sonny Smith coming up this Saturday. Again, BKFC.com. It's all up there for you. Thanks for hanging out, man. It was good talking to you.
Thanks, bro.
Always. That's the difference, though, between where we're from and where he's from. I would keep Jeremiah on all day. But things move slower, they say in the South. Where we're from, it's like,
Yeah, thanks for coming on. See you later.
and I'll listen to him. I love Jeremiah.
We don't even greet each other when we come to the office. I'm just like, here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a North thing? Or
It's a Northerner. That's
just we've been working
That's just being jerk-offs. But no, that's a Northerner thing. So he trying to get out of that, and it's not that I wanted to. We have time constraints. Yeah. You know, he'll talk for all day. That's why we love him, though. Jeremiah Riggs, he's awesome. A couple more things to get to before we get out of here because, you know, we didn't know Dave was coming in today. That's typically how that tends to go. We're done with these. I think we're gonna crush this segment 4. Don't worry about that, except for the one thing I want to get to. I want to get to Brian Duran and what he's up to. Brian Duran, this guy always doing something, always finding a way to toughen his knuckles. Very tough guy. New hairstyle, rocking the new hairstyle. I don't know, with the dreads or whatever in the back, they look cool. But now he's punching other things, toughening his knuckles up. Look at him, just punching a tree. I mean, this guy just stops randomly and hits stuff when he's walking down the thing. So he ain't playing. This is not a gimmick. He's shown me his knuckles. This guy might have the toughest knuckles in the entire sport. Brian Duran, looking forward to see what he's going to do next with the new hairstyle in the back. There he goes. Punch, punch, punch. I will not try to punch a tree. I've tried hammers. I've done a lot of his training. We're going to hold off on that because I'm hurting. Matter of fact, my back's killing me. All right, segment 4 out the door. We did that. Now, let's get back to the mailbag because that's where we're at when Dave came in and interrupted everything.
What were we at?
The mailbag.
Oh.
It's time for mail call.
I always have a good interruption from Dave Feldman Sr. You never know what you're going to get. It's fun when he just kind of walks in. We talked about the Mike Perry Twitter thing. This comes from another Mike and Mish, because we're going to Albuquerque. And we've talked about this before on the show, Breaking Bad, and how that's big there in the house. And I would try to go recently and torture this woman to get her to flip out on me so I could tape it. But the first time she was there, then she hasn't been there ever since when Lido and I went. We went to go look. They weren't there. But this is what we've been talking about. Somebody taped her flipping out. This is how nice she is. Check this out.
No, you don't.
I had a question for you. Can I take a video of the house?
No.
Why not?
It's a private house.
Oh, you know, I'm putting it on the news. This is going on the news.
Philly guy, too, huh? Sounds like he's from Philly.
You don't have to be so rude about it. I drove all the way from here from Philadelphia.
Oh, there you go.
I don't care where you came from. I didn't invite you.
This is going on the news.
So what?
How dare you?
So what?
Unreal.
He's just feeding her.
I drove all the way out here to see this house.
What?
I drove all the way out here to...
So what? I didn't invite you.
Bye.
Okay, there you go.
No,
he's still going. Evan, we got to go there when we go to Albuquerque. I think you would have nice words with her. That was Senator.
We did go there.
Did you have words with her?
No, we parked out front, and then she came out, and then as we drove away, she flipped us off.
Oh, Lido and I were yelling at her off camera. I think Cyrus was there. It was nuts, and we just didn't tape it. We're keep trying to kind of recreate that, but yet I feel like she performs. I think she likes doing that. It's weird, dude. It's really weird. Yeah. All right, let's go. Speaking of people, other people in Albuquerque, this guy, John Dotson, looking forward to his fight coming up in Albuquerque. Here's how he's been training.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Move that mouse. It's drive. Thank you. Sorry.
Babe, let's go.
Throwing kicks. Can't do that. Were they in a target?
Trying to fight people your size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my, again?
Yeah, babe, I'm trying to get ready.
Babe, what are you doing?
I was gonna buy for it.
Yeah. Stop it.
Babe, I'm not a lover, I'm a fighter.
I see that.
Oh, God.
but what are you doing?
I'm making sure I'm untouchable. He ain't gonna touch me. Look like a butterfly.
Babe, fast hands.
Whoa.
Oh, babe, fast hands.
All right, there you go. John Dotson tearing it up, and look, I guess it's a CVS. I thought it was a Target. I was going to make fun of how they have the pushback thing for kids now, which is ridiculous. Anyway, hold on.
No, that's a Target.
That was Target? Well, that's ridiculous, some of the stuff they sell there. But
Like
I just told you, they have a thing that, like, you can tuck it back. It's disgusting. That, like, anyway.
I thought you liked
All right, stop. Stop. So the whole reason I showed that is because we're excited for John Dotson in Albuquerque. You're an idiot. But the question I want to pose to you, maybe I'm a little immature here, but the part of my favorite part of that video,
Tucker,
was when if I made money like Tucker, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. You call me whatever you want. In that video, she was saying, "Babe, fast hands, babe, fast hands," throwing stuff at him. When I was younger, we'd go in stores with my friends, my brother, his brother, and we would just walk around, ride our bikes there, and then they would just like randomly come up. I remember one time they pushed us into a whole display of screws that fell. Then they'd run and laugh at us. Or they'd throw things in the air at the grocery store. I still do that to my wife. Is this immature, or do you guys tend to do that? You go into a grocery store, you get a thing of milk, and you say, "Hey, catch." If they don't catch it, it goes all over. Do you ever do that?
No, I fucking hate going to the grocery store.
Really?
Oh, my God.
I
always
love
get
it.
dragged to it because I got the truck, and I got to carry all the shit home.
Oh, I love it. I love doing that.
It's
But
the worst.
Dude, next time you're in a store with one of your boys, just kind of throw something in the air and they won't know what to do and they have to catch it or it falls and you keep doing it. It's hilarious. We're going to do that on a trip and we're going to film it. I have a feeling Evan would just let it hit the ground.
Yep.
Except the milk splatter all over. Other thing, Albuquerque, this is exciting. The Irishman getting some news coverage. This is cool. They're already talking about us. They're already excited in Albuquerque that we're coming. That's why we love Albuquerque.
I can't go a day without someone messaging, going, "Wow, I'm so impressed with your transformation. Like, what can you give me any tips? Pursuing your dreams and turning your life around and going from morbidly obese to I want to be an athlete." Like, I can encourage anyone.
Welcome back, Kyle. The Irishman McElroy is not a prototypical fighter. As a current bare-knuckle boxer, weighed over 300 pounds at one point in his life, and he spent nearly 20 years pursuing a career in music. But now, 39 years old, the Irishman is coming off his first BKFC victory, and he has high hopes for his next bout on March 29th at Tingley Coliseum, where he'll take on Nick Corrin.
I'm saying a first-round knockout. I haven't even. That's the thing about this sport is I fought heavyweight, but they haven't even seen me hit anyone hard yet. So yeah.
All right, man. You can hear McElroy's full story online at krqe.com. The man said he wants to knock somebody out. Hey, get out of his way.
Story.
Believe him.
I can't go a day.
Hey, man, as long as it's not me getting knocked out. It's a great piece. I'm glad that they were able to cover us and let people know. It's exciting. I'm glad that he's going to be fighting on that show, it sounds like. And what an insane transformation. I mean, that guy, nonstop. And when he fights, he's kind of unpredictable. Like, you never know what's going to happen. I remember meeting him when he first came on. He told me he was a singer-songwriter. And now he's like, yeah, I've committed all this. So we're excited to see what else he can bring when we come to Albuquerque. Now, I want to move on to something that, Evan, you and I were both tagged in this. It was from a guy named Rob, who is on Instagram as Raw B More, M-O-R-E, Raw B More. And this.
Oh, I saw this.
I didn't get.
Go ahead, play it.
I think it's got music.
It's got music. We'll talk. Look at these two women. They're ready to go. There's a poor dog here. Watch this poor dog.
Oh, yeah, she lands on it.
Like, what did the dog do? Are you kidding me? And look, I mean, these two. We should look at signing one of these. I'd watch one of them fight in the female division.
That's a big woman.
We need a heavyweight, don't we?
That's a lot of women.
Get some heavyweights out there.
Where is this?
I don't know. The dude tugged me, and I thought this would be up your alley too. I thought you'd enjoy this. These heavyweights going at it. The dog is a thing that just. The poor dog is all I keep thinking about. Thank you for sending that in, Rob. We appreciate that. Seeing two heavyweights go at it and a dog get crushed. That dog is somewhere probably in China. He went through the ground when she hit him. Let's see. Okay. D-Day Dyer calling for Jomi. He wants Jomi. We saw this online recently. He seems like he wants that fight. It's a fight that he wants to happen. And I don't know how Jomi feels about it, but I did see that Jomi was calling for a rematch with Jared Warren. So I'm excited to see where that's going to go, if that's going to happen, and just kind of following along with that. I just wanted to mention that because there's a lot of movement with Jomi and Dyer and Warren, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go. Other than that, this is another great thing got sent in by KSM Records. This is called Backyard Wrestling, he says, and apparently somebody gets hit in the face with a shovel and knocked out. Let's watch this. What? Ooh. Oh, damn, that's a real shovel. That's not like a... All right, keep this rolling. Just keep this rolling because I want to explain something here. you're supposed to use, when you're doing backyard wrestling, a shovel that makes a loud noise and doesn't hurt. And this was really big, guys, in case you don't know, guys with me or younger. In the late 90s, backyard wrestling was like a huge fad, and people would beat each other up. Now, this is, what's her name? What's it say? Oh, it's a woman, Eliza. Okay, Eliza Raven versus the Bruiser. The Bruiser getting bruised up here. This is insane. Evan, did you ever do backyard wrestling?
Nope.
How about you, Brandon?
Nope.
Would you?
Nope.
Look at this. There's light tubes there. I guess it's Easter. They put a cross up. We're getting into the Easter season. They're not making any money for this, I would guess. Oh, my God. I'd be more worried about getting...
Oh, those are light bulbs.
Yeah, they're light tubes.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in backyard wrestling. Let's see what she has to say. What's the extreme? Look how breathy she is. I'm worried for her.
She did the fucking...
She took the buffet to the extreme. I'm worried about her. I think she needs to get herself in check because, I mean, she's out of breath.
I think she needs to get in touch with Jules.
What, to get involved? Yeah. We could use her for a fighter, have her paint her face up. We got 3 heavyweights now. We just broke Jules. Are you watching?
We could do it like interstitials in between matches, in between fights. We
Bare knuckle light bulb matches.
Yeah.
All right, we had something. The last thing we had here, this is supposed to go into the Gabby interview, but I think it got messed up. But we might as well look at it real quick. Jade Masim Wong, she's ready to go. Here, she's just kind of showing some stuff on her Instagram against Gabby. She's been training. Again, that's this Saturday. Get involved with that. BKFC.com will tell you everywhere you can watch it. Abs of steel. You hurt your hand punching those abs. Jade Masim Wong. And to get towards the end of the show here, what I want to do is, first, apparently, I got hit up. We have breaking news. Do we have a breaking news going on or something? Do we have breaking news? Do we? There it is. I kind of threw it.
This board sucks. I have to like scrub through 4 sound banks.
Well, you have to kind of arrange them. So, well, you know
you can't arrange it because you go. Oh,
no. See, no. What you do is you have breaking news as a hot button first. Then you have our sound. You do the top. Oh, stop, dude. That hurt. Stop when I laughed.
I thought Junior was going to come say the news.
That was, well, I don't know. He's not here. And we have the breaking news. And I can't, this show's going very long today.
The news?
I know the news. Put it up. Breaking news.
Is it this one?
Yes. BKFC tryouts coming to Connecticut. That's Saturday, March 16th, hosted by the incomparable Lights Out Chris Lytle. BKFC.com/tryouts, of course, to get involved. You can always get involved. I talk to you about how you should every week. If you don't know by now, there's a TV show attached to this. You could be seen on that. You could get bumped up to prospects. There's been so many fighters that have gotten through to BKFC this way through tryouts. So we're coming to Connecticut. Coming to Connecticut. That's March 16th. Get involved. BKFC.com/tryouts. A lot of other tryouts coming up as well. We'll just kind of run through them before we get out of here really quick. Of course, we have, let's see. I don't know the order. There we go. Colorado. Thank you for that. That's March 9th coming up. Colorado. Get involved. BKFC.com/tryouts. And then we're going to also be continuing to find new talent, new tryouts at our other tryouts that we're having, like tryouts in Miami. That looks like that's going down March 15th. And that's the same day as we have Fight Night. How's that going to work? That's going to be interesting. Oh, it's all being done at Vivo at Dolphin Mall. South Carolina tryouts Saturday, April 13th, man. You got to get involved. BKFC.com/tryouts. We're going to be everywhere. But if you see one coming anywhere near you, get to it. That's your ticket to BKFC. And like I said, to be on TV and help your brand out a little bit. I know that we're all excited about the tryouts. We see some great talent coming out of there. We'll see who comes out next. Also, Dave Sr. touched on it earlier to put a bow on today's show. So many events this year. Let's just kind of run through them. We do it every week in case you're just tuning in. They're all up there. I'm not going to go through one by one, but you see them. I guess if you're listening for a podcast, I'll do it quickly. This Saturday, of course, we're in Prospect Series in Edmonton. Then we're looking at March 15th. That's Miami with H.D. Davis versus P-Town Wilson. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, we're at BKFC, the numbered show, March 22nd. That's going to be in Bulgaria. And then BKFC, what's that? 59. I know, 59, March 29th. That's coming to, you can tell I don't have my glasses on. Albuquerque. April 6th, we're going to be in England. That's going to be another great 3 titles on the line. That's exciting. Tampa, 4/12. That'll be fun. We'll have more info about that soon. Salem, Virginia Prospect Series going to be there, 4/20. And then, of course, Knuckle Mania. LA. Here we come. Knucklemania 4. Keep in mind, maybe more announcements about that tomorrow on Ariel Hawani, our good friend. We gave him the permission to do it. Dave's going to be on there. So make sure you tune in for that. Hey, listen, that's all I got. We look forward to seeing you in Canada. Thanks for tuning in today. We always appreciate you. Before we go, I want to invite you to invite your friends to watch this show. Let's keep growing this thing. Let's hit the love buttons, as they call them, or the like buttons. And make sure you give us a thumbs up and ring that bell to ding on YouTube or wherever you're watching. If you're on Rumble, we love Rumble. Yeah, getting high numbers on Rumble. Check that out. All right, we'll talk to you again really soon. Here we come, Prospects Edmonton this Saturday night. BKFC.com to get involved. Until then, get bucked up and knuckle up!